The crimson cliffs of Zathira loomed like jagged teeth against the dim alien sky, casting long shadows over the mining colony below. In the shadowed depths of the fortress, dozens of alien women labored in silence, their scales dulled and their eyes hollow. The Varkan overlords had stripped them of freedom, dignity, and hope, chaining them to endless days of toil. Each clang of metal against rock echoed like a reminder that escape was impossible. Rumors whispered among the women told of Earth's warriors, humans who had defied impossible odds, who had faced armies with nothing but their courage. Those stories were fragile sparks, easily snuffed out. Yet tonight, one such spark arrived. A shadow moved across the rocky ledge above the cages, slipping past surveillance drones and patrolling guards. Lieutenant Marcus Kane, human soldier of legendary resourcefulness, crouched silently, scanning the fortress with sharp eyes. He studied every guard, memorizing patrol routes, timing movements, and noting weak points in the security system. His presence was a phantom in the night, unseen, unheard, yet calculating every possible outcome. The women stirred at the first faint sound of movement. Their hearts pounded, a mix of fear and disbelief. Could a human really be here? Could one small, unarmored creature truly hope to challenge the Varkan guards who had ruled with impunity for decades? Marcus crouched lower, a calm determination in his stance that radiated confidence. Every second counted. One misstep, and the women's last hope would vanish forever. A guard shifted beneath him, unaware of the human above. Marcus's hand tightened around a compact grappling device. The moment had come. The women watched, wide-eyed, as the human moved like a shadow, swift and precise. For the first time in years they dared to hope. Freedom might not be a dream tonight, it might be real. Marcus moved like a phantom through the dim corridors of the Varkan fortress, each step calculated, each motion precise. The faint hum of energy shields and distant clanging of metal echoed around him, but he ignored it, focusing solely on the path to the cages. Surveillance drones hovered lazily in the high ceilings, their sensors scanning for movement. But Marcus was faster, dodging and disabling each with quick, deliberate strikes that left them sputtering on the floor. His presence was barely more than a whisper in the fortress, yet every motion carried deadly intent. The alien women watched in awe from their cages, barely daring to breathe. Their captors were strong, relentless, and trained for war, yet here was a human, unarmed for the most part, navigating the fortress with effortless skill. One guard shifted, scanning the corridor ahead, and Marcus froze for a heartbeat, then sprang into action. A swift motion, a low sweep, and the guard crashed into a wall, unconscious before he could even scream. The women gasped collectively, fear and hope colliding in their chests. Marcus's voice was calm and steady when he finally whispered through the shadows, "Stay quiet. Freedom is closer than you think." There was no arrogance in his tone, only unwavering resolve. He moved onward, weaving through patrols and guards with a precision born of experience and human ingenuity. Every step brought him closer to the cages, and with each passing moment, the impossible seemed more attainable. As he reached the corridor leading directly to their prison, the women dared to exchange hopeful glances. Could a human truly be here to save them? Every instinct screamed danger, yet Marcus's presence inspired a courage they hadn't felt in years. For the first time since being enslaved, hope began to take root, and it burned brighter than the crimson suns outside. Marcus reached the cages, his chest rising and falling with measured breaths despite the adrenaline coursing through his veins. The complex locking mechanisms glinted under the dim lights, intricate designs meant to keep the alien women imprisoned for a lifetime. He knelt, examining the controls with steady hands, and pressed a sequence of buttons and levers. Sparks flew, metal groaned, and one by one the cages swung open with a hiss. The women hesitated, fear battling hope, before stepping out cautiously. Their eyes widened as they saw the human standing before them, bruised and bloodied from his journey through the fortress, yet unbroken, unflinching. A distant alarm began to blare, signaling that the guards had discovered the breach. Marcus didn't flinch. He planted himself between the women and the approaching soldiers, fists ready, mind focused. The guards were larger, stronger, and armed with advanced weaponry, yet Marcus moved with a speed and precision that defied belief. Each strike was calculated, each movement purposeful. He used the environment to his advantage, throwing debris, knocking over energy pylons, and turning the fortress itself into a weapon against the Varkan. The alien women watched in awe as he fought, each block and dodge a testament to human resilience. Marcus's raw determination shone brighter than any weapon. It was as if his very will to protect them radiated through every blow. Slowly, one by one, the guards fell back, unable to contend with the sheer force of his resolve. When the last of the immediate threats had been neutralized, Marcus wiped sweat and blood from his brow, nodding at the women. "Go, get to the ships," he urged. They hesitated for only a moment, then moved swiftly, gratitude and amazement etched on every face. For the first time in years, the enslaved saw what humans were capable of. Not just strength or skill, but courage powerful enough to shatter chains. Freedom, once a distant dream, was now within their grasp. The alien women ran toward the cliffside, the roar of engines already filling the cavernous space above. Marcus covered their retreat, every movement deliberate, his body pushed to the limits by adrenaline and sheer willpower. Guards surged from hidden passages, but he met them head-on, fists and feet striking with the precision of someone who had survived impossible odds before. Sparks flew as energy weapons collided with debris he threw, and the walls reverberated with the impact of his relentless assault. The women's escape depended entirely on him, and Marcus refused to falter. As the first of the escape ships lifted from the landing pads, the alien women scrambled aboard, their scales glinting in the light of the engines. They glanced back repeatedly, awe and disbelief etched across their faces, as Marcus continued to fend off the pursuing guards. Each strike, each block, each leap toward a weaponless victory spoke of a courage they had never seen in any other being. Finally, the last ship rose above the cliff edge. Marcus sprinted, adrenaline carrying him to the open air, and dove into the hovercraft's ramp at the last second. Guards lunged at him, but he rolled, striking one with a heavy elbow and sending another sprawling into the rocky ground. He slammed the ramp shut behind him, breathing hard, bruised and bleeding but triumphant. The women surrounded him, expressions of gratitude, reverence and disbelief written across their faces. One of the freed women stepped forward, her voice trembling. No one could have done this, but a human did. Marcus allowed himself a tired smile, scanning the horizon where the twin suns burned against the alien sky. He knew that stories of this night would spread across the galaxy, a testament to human courage. In that moment, he understood that bravery, determination, and willpower could shatter any chain. Humanity had once again proven itself, unarmed, unbroken, unstoppable. The legend of the human who freed the enslaved would be remembered forever,